Hey, welcome to another week with Bob and Chris, and we got to keep Chris calm down a little bit. He's
I'm in my power pose right now. My
you're in your
superhero
Superman
pose.
pose, or you're in,
Yeah,
or is that your
yeah.
Peter
Or
Pan
my
mode?
frustration. It's kind of like a frustration pose. I think
Okay,
not just Superman. All right, I got a story for everybody. This is some wild stuff. 3 weeks ago, we did a live event where we showed bypassing two-factor authentication and multi-factor authentication for Microsoft. We used this specific kit to do it. We demonstrated it. We shocked an audience. 2 days ago, we got an email from a prospect that we dealt with months ago. It was encrypted. I'm like, that's interesting. So we
okay.
looked at it, and it was a link to a Prezi website, so for presentations. And it said, hey, once you go there, it's like, hey, if you want to download this document, click here. So automatically phishing, right? So we're in a sandbox environment, so we click on it, and it goes to the domain, what looked like to be the domain of the company, .online instead of .com. So they went out and registered this. And it was the same phishing kit that we used to steal 365 credentials and two-factor and multi-factor authentication tokens. This went out to more than 500 people from this prospect to their
Wow.
customers. Oh, it gets better. And when you think it can't get any worse, it gets worse. The office manager was the one who sent it out. That person happened to be a global administrator in their Microsoft account. Oops. So not only did the hackers send out phishing emails.
Slow down. So for everybody knows, the global administrator account is the account that has full access to absolutely everything in the Office 365 environment. Everyone's email, everyone's OneDrive documents, anything, anywhere. It can even put hidden stuff in place to make connections so the guys can get in later.
Or if they're really nasty, they lock you out of all of your accounts and they just abuse them for all of their worth. Which luckily in their case this didn't happen, but they granted email read and manage access to both the CEO and the CFO's email. So for 3 days before they launched their attack, they were reading every email and every sent item from the CEO and the CFO and the office manager.
Oh, wow.
Now, a lot of people would be like, oh, I'm too small to be hacked, right? This is a 20-person company. It's not a large company. This can happen to anybody. But this attack just illustrates like how easy it is once they have credentials to get in, how easy it is for them to take your identity, use it against you, and abuse your customers. Because that Prezi presentation had been viewed more than 60 times. So that means out of the 500 emails that were sent, 60 of them had clicked on the link and viewed that presentation. Now, we don't know how many people actually submitted their credentials. So in this situation, we helped them sign out of all their accounts to get the bad actors out, reset everybody's password. We dumped all of the logs from Microsoft 365 because they didn't have cyber insurance, so they weren't going to go through that process. And we got them, we gave them recommendations on how to improve their security posture.
Okay.
We thought that they would be like, since they don't know how to do it, we were like, okay, so we can do this for you, whatnot. They denied, they turned us down for that. So for me, on the phone, I'm not going to say anything, but like secretly, I was infuriated because they're customers that they just exposed more than 500 people to. Like maybe they're not all customers. They could be, they're just contacts, 500 contacts, let's say. They exposed them to a phishing email that could have got their credentials harvested and their companies hacked because they had bad security posture in their company. And they just were nonchalant about it. And maybe they'll be a customer. Maybe they'll see this and they'll be irritated with me, but I'm not going to out who it is. But I'm also not going to stand silent because this kind of attitude is what leads to bigger attacks, which leads to more things happening.
This is the same thing that happened last year with me with that the tiny financial services firm where one of their clients lost $200,000 worth of personal retirement money because the bad guys got into the global admin account of the owner and put in rules and was responding to email on the fly. This is happening over and over again, and people just don't care.
Yeah, every one of their accounts had rules set up. So when those emails that came back from like their contacts saying, "Hey, are you sure about this?" They all got deleted or fed to like RSS feeds and stuff like that. It's a common rule thing that we're seeing more and more. If you think as a business that we've even seen like what can happen in the legal system from this, you're going to be shocked, because I'm telling you right now, if you look at some of these hospitals that have been hit, they have nurses and things like suing them for losing their information or not paying them from overtime. If you directly are a result, if your lack of security is a result for somebody else getting hacked and they lose money, do you really think they're not going to sue you?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw one company going after $1 million loss.
Yeah. And you don't know how much they could lose at the end of the day. Like, let's say that phishing email leads to like the CFO getting phished. And like you said, it's $1 million loss. It's a $2 million loss. It's a $5 million loss. What is that gonna do for your business? So one of the things we recommend to them before they communicate out with their customers is talk to your lawyer. You need to talk to your lawyer now, because what you send to those contacts is very important. The words you use, very important. So you better talk to your lawyer and you better spend however much money it's going to cost you for that lawyer to kind of work with you on that and make sure that they write that out for you.
Yeah, because like you said, that whole response piece is so important, because anything you say is going to be used against you.
Yeah, and if you say breach, don't get started on that. Yeah, this is a security incident that could have been worse, but it's way too common. And so, the attitude is the thing that really pisses me off the most.
So, Chris, why didn't Microsoft protect them?
Microsoft gives you a platform. Guess what? It's your responsibility as the consumer to secure it. So when you don't run multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication on your account and your global admin, guess whose fault that is? That's yours. So when that gets breached, however they got the password, we're not sure how they got the password. They logged in from 3 different countries first before finally logging in from the United States, actually.
Yep.
It's your fault.
And that goes back to why they need to why everyone needs to really work with somebody that knows how to manage that platform. Because if this is a domestic U.S. company, there's no reason for those international things. Let's prevent it, or if they do travel, at least flag it so you know that it's happening.
If they do try to log in though, and they get rejected because of country, they'll just bounce to the United States. So yes, we need to stop them from the outside, but they will bounce to the United States.
Absolutely.
One thing I would say to this is one of the responses I got was, well, somebody else that doesn't work here set this up. So I didn't know about this. Ignorance is not an excuse. It's not. If you choose to not have IT and you choose to not have cybersecurity in your business, I don't know what to tell you. Ignorance isn't an excuse.
So, Chris, what can we do today to help people understand or assess their Office 365 environment?
Awesome. So one of the things that you should do absolutely is make sure you buy the right licenses so that you get the right level of audit logging. Actually, make sure audit logging is turned on. So if you don't know how to do that, consult with somebody, make sure audit logging is turned on. The level of license that you buy dictates how much logging access you get. A basic license only gets you 7 days of access logs. So you can see who's logged in 7 days, but you can't see necessarily the actions that they took. So one of the things that we'd recommend is go to Business Premium if you're a Microsoft customer. Go to at least Microsoft Business Premium or higher. There are licenses you can stack in between that, but the easiest answer is to do that. You get all of the audit logging, all the logging that's available. Talk to somebody that can feed those logs through some sort of automation tool that can filter out the noise and actually give you actionable results on what's happening. And I'll tell you this, if you don't have multi-factor authentication turned on in your 365 tenant, there's a good chance that somebody has logged into an email account in your tenant and you don't know it. Or it could be 10 people. Because if you look at a heat map of accounts that are being attacked, it doesn't matter if it's Google, it doesn't matter if it's Microsoft. If you're looking at those as heat maps, you're seeing attacks from all over the world, including inside the United States. Like it's absolutely insane. My personal Outlook account, not even Microsoft 365, my personal Outlook account was getting attacked 400 times a day. I went through the activity logs. I'm seeing 400 failed logins a day, and there's not anything I can do to protect that.
You must have good stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. There's not anything for that I can do other than turn on multi-factor authentication and make sure I have a strong, secure password. My Microsoft, since our company's been around for so long, well, techiegurus.com anyway for that, but like I get attacked. Like if I look at my logs and I feed that through, my email address is getting attacked 30, 40, 50 times a day. Sometimes it pops to 100 sometimes a day. Yeah. Depends on what kind of automated attacks are going on. So this is real. This isn't fake. This isn't like some
I'm gonna throw this out because I know we can both do this. Is if you are running Office 365 or G Suite, reach out to us and let us take a quick look at the logging that you have set up. We've got some additional scanning and monitoring pieces that we can put in place as part of an assessment to really show you what's going on around this. And like Chris said, develop these heat maps to show that your accounts really are under attack. You might not see it sitting at your login prompt because it is being blocked. But what about that one that gets through?
Well, also, you won't even know that they're there.
Yeah.
If you're not looking for this stuff, if you're not monitoring these logs, you don't even know somebody's there. It's like somebody being inside your home while you're home and sleeping and you don't know it.
Oh, great. Somebody did steal the remote from out of my car the night before last for the garage.
You should lock your car and not leave your remote in there.
What's that?
You should lock your car and not leave your remote inside your car.
It was the remote for the garage door.
You should take that inside. But the point is like you won't know they're there until you do. And once you know they're there, it's too late. They've already done a lot of damage. And like I said, for this example specifically, they could have locked them out of their Microsoft account, forced them to try to go through support, and they could have just wreaked havoc. And fortunately for them, that didn't happen.
They got lucky.
But it could have, and they got extremely lucky. Because if I'm that threat actor and I see I have that level of access, I'm in the middle of the night locking them out. Not that I don't do that, but like if I was them, I would 100% lock them out in that hypothetical situation, and I would just completely ruin their entire existence for that.
Well, that was after they got everything they wanted out of the environment. They would end up doing that. That's right. I think that's the end game. But like I said, comment below or reach out to us directly. We
share this too, please, because this is important stuff. Like share this with other people that you know.
Absolutely.
Also, one funny last thing, like what I was gonna say, that Prezi document. Every time their domain got blocked by like Edge or Chrome or whatever, it'd say that this is a bad domain. They were automatically updating that document with a different URL.
Oh, geez.
I saw it change 4 times in like an hour and a half. Because we were monitoring it. We were trying to get Prezi to take it down, and it took a while for them to even try to respond to it. But yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, share, comment. Let us know if you want to talk about something else. Unfortunately, I don't know where this is going. We're going to keep talking to them, trying to help them out, but we can't force people to care. At the end of the day, I can't force people to care. And that's the thing that probably bugs me the most.
Yep.
So
anyway, that's 15 minutes or so, guys, and let's all get back to work. And I know Chris is going to go try and keep some people safe, despite if they want to protect themselves or not.
Try and spread the word, try and spread the message. So we'll talk to you.